Hi guys, my name is Christine and I'm a dating, relationship and personal development coach. And today I'm talking about if she likes you, she will contact you. So if you've been talking to a woman, or maybe this is an ex, if she still likes you, she will get in touch with you eventually. So if you've been dating a woman and suddenly it seems like she's starting to back off, you've got to also back off as well. Because if someone is backing off from you, if a woman is backing away from you and she's not messaging you as much, or she's done something like dump you, then she needs space. So sometimes we can get, when we're afraid of losing someone, especially someone that we really, really like, right? So if you're really attracted to her and you really love her, or you really care about her, or you really want a relationship with her, or you really want to get back into a relationship with her, then of course you're going to feel like you need to do something. You're going to feel like you need to take some kind of action to get it back. Like you need to say the right words, you need to write her a letter, you need to send her a message on Facebook or Instagram, Snapchat, describing how you feel and how you don't want things to end, or how much you want her. When you're afraid of losing someone, you do feel like you need to do something. Okay, you feel like you do need to try and make something happen and to try and resolve it. But if a woman, especially if she needs space from you, then you have to give it to her, even though it may feel like the wrong thing to do. That essentially is the right thing to do. Now, it doesn't make sense on an emotional standpoint from your position because, of course, you want to fix things. You don't want to lose her. But you do need to give her space because if you think about it from a logical standpoint, if a woman is backing away from you and she may have even said to you that she needs space, or she's done something like dump you, that is a woman who, for whatever reason, doesn't want to be around you. Now, it could be that you did something to put her off, or maybe she is just being a woman and just changing her mind, or just changing how she feels, or she doesn't feel that into you right now. Okay? And sometimes women can be like that. Women can change their mind about a guy. And it could be based on many different reasons. Like I said, it could be something that you did to put her off, or it could be for some other reason. Maybe she's going through a lot of stress. But either way, the truth still stands. It doesn't matter why she's backing off. It doesn't matter why she needs space from you. It doesn't matter why she dumped you. The fact is that she has. Okay, and she needs space from you. So the best thing for you to do is to back off. If she still has attraction for you, she will get in touch eventually. That is what you need to hear, okay? Because if a woman is really attracted to a guy, nothing can really stand in her way. She will do something to get in contact with you, okay? Now, a woman may not directly get in contact with you straight away. Okay, she may do other things first to test the waters. So let's say this woman has backed off. How would you know then if she is starting to be drawn back to you? She's starting to be attracted back to you. How will you know this? So there are a few things. So the obvious first one is that she will reach out and message you. But with saying that, she may not actually say, hey, I miss you, I want to get back together, or hey, I want to continue dating and seeing you again. She may not be that direct and forward. She will do something to test the waters. So it may be just something like a simple, hey, how are you kind of message. How have you been? That might be the first sign, something like that. If she is, but again, she's not being direct because a lot of women won't be that forward. They will just test the waters and say something random like, hey, how are you? Maybe they'll even send you a meme or a reel or something. But either way, they're getting in touch with you privately. So what are the other ways then a woman may be starting to want to re-enter your life? Okay, so it could be that her friends are contacting you. She's putting herself in your orbit in that way. Maybe her friend reaches out to you and says, hey, how have you been? Maybe they'll even ask if you're seeing anyone. And basically what this friend is doing is they're fishing for information for her. Okay, so that's a positive sign. And if that ever happens and you do want this woman back and you do want to continue dating her, or you want to start being in a relationship with her again, and a friend has reached out to you, what you need to say is, if she wants to get back with me, if she's interested in getting back with me, if that's why you're doing this, then get her to get in contact with me herself. Don't let her send you to come and do her dirty work. Let her get in touch with me, and kind of come across quite playful when you say that. Or the other option is, of course, is that you become more mysterious and you maybe don't reply to the friend, or you say something to the friend that makes more of a mystery. So let's say they ask, are you seeing someone? Are you still single? You can say, I don't kiss and tell. A gentleman never reveals that information, right? And basically they will report that back to your ex or this girl that's interested in you. And women can be quite competitive. Like if your ex or this woman who's backed away from you, if she thinks that you're with other women or you're seeing other women, that will make you look more attractive to her, okay? Because it shows that you have options with women and women are interested in you. And like I said, women can be quite competitive. Not all women, but a lot of them are quite competitive. If they see a guy who's got a gorgeous girl on his arm, she will wonder about him and think, what's he got? What's so special about him? I want to know more about him because he seems to be doing really successfully with women. They'll get curious, right? So it's just something to take into consideration. And you can obviously pick which option you think is most appropriate to say to a friend of your ex's or this girl who has lost interest in you, and decide what you want to say and what you think will be the most appropriate thing. But if her friends are getting in contact with you, that's a sign that she's either going to start contacting you soon, or that she's simply just trying to find out more about you to see if you're still single, and that's a positive sign. So another thing that she'll do, she may put you herself in your orbit some way. So if you work together or if you go to school together, depending on the circumstances of your life right now and how old you are, she may try and be around you more, okay? So she may end up in your department. If let's say she actually works on the other side of the building and then suddenly she's in your department all the time, and things like that, and she's finding, or she comes to your side of the cafeteria or whatever it may be, right? If she's putting herself in your orbit in some way, and it's unusual for her to do this kind of thing, and you can sense that maybe she's trying to be around you more, then that's a sign that it's likely that she's starting to miss you and want you back in her life, and she's going to contact you soon. Okay, so keep an eye out for these little things. Now, these things are very subtle. Women are quite sneaky, right? They do subtle things to try and get your attention. But that's why you probably never get a direct, hey, I miss you, I want to go out with you again. It will be something like, hey, how are you? Or she'll send a reel or a meme or something to get you to talk to her. And basically what she's saying is she's kind of like poking you, being like, hey, I'm sure, come back, talk to me, ask me out again. I miss you, I miss you, I miss you. So something to think about. So you also got to think about as well as her social media interactions as well. It could be because, for example, I had an ex that came back into my life ages and ages and ages ago. This was before I met my wife. So I dated this woman for about 3 months. And then we ended things, and I was kind of glad that it was over because I found out that she was a compulsive liar. She made up so many lies about herself, to the point where it really was like weird, okay? And I was like, okay, this person is probably, this woman is obviously a few sandwiches short of a picnic. And it took me a while to figure this out. It took me like 3 months to figure it out. This is why you need to give women a trial period when you're dating them, because they might be something totally different than what they're representing when you get to know them. But unfortunately, you need to spend a bit of time with them, like 3 months, in order to find out actually who this woman really is. Because then you can figure out her idiosyncrasy. So one of the things that I noticed, for example, was she told me a story once. And it was quite a funny story. She had like a good punchline at the end, and I thought it was really funny. But then she told me the exact same story again, pretty much word for word, except that the people in the story were completely different people. It was the same story, the same punchline, but the people had changed. So I think the first time she told me about it, it was about her friends. And then the second time she told me that story, it was actually about her family. and things like that. And I later discovered that actually she had lied about having certain siblings. She had a real sister, but she said that she had all these adoptive siblings, and none of them existed. They were all just, she named them after Formula One Formula One race drivers, and she said that these were her siblings. Like there was like Vital and Lewis and things. It was just, it was. I was like, oh wow. And when I was like, wow, this person's kind of a bit crazy. But again, like it took. That's when I started to cotton on. I was like, when she told me that story again, but it was with different people. I was like, what? What's going on here? But anyway, we broke up, and either she removed herself from my Facebook or I removed her. I don't know, but 3 weeks went by after she'd removed me or I removed her, and suddenly she re-added me again. And I was like, okay, whatever. If you want to stalk me, fine, stalk me. So I accepted the friend request, and then about a day or so later, after I accepted her friend request, she reached out to me. So if your ex reaches out to you, and let's say you're not friends on Facebook anymore, you're not friends on Instagram anymore, or it could be a woman that you were dating, the same situation, right? Let's say she removed you off a social media platform, but then she re-adds you, or she sends that invitation for a friend request. It's a sign. It's a sign that maybe she wants to come back into your life and she's trying to get in contact with you. Okay, because with the ex, the ex that I was talking about there, she started talking to me again, and I almost started hanging out with her again. We even tried to arrange something, but then I shot her down, and I didn't want to do that anymore because I realized I really took time to think, this person is a liar, a compulsive liar. Do I really want to continue hanging out and being around and dating a woman who can just lie through her teeth about these just extraordinarily big things about her life, like having fake siblings and stuff like that? So it's like, nah, I decided no. And I shot her down, essentially. So that's my story, and that's maybe how the girl that you're thinking of, the woman that you're thinking of right now, that may be how she returns back into your life, okay? But what you've got to trust is that if she does like you, she will get back in contact with you. She will, once you've backed off as well, and you're not doing anything, yeah, because she's obviously, if she dumped you, if she's backed off, then you back off and do the same. You match and mirror, basically, how she's communicating with you. And then you back off and you just wait and see what happens. If she likes you, she'll contact you. If she doesn't like you, then you'll just never hear from her again. And it's always best to just let it fizzle out. If she's not making any effort, then obviously she's not invested in you. She's not attached to you. And she just doesn't feel that way about you anymore. And it may suck, it may hurt. Yeah, it's pretty horrible when that kind of thing happens, especially if you really, really, really like her. But you've got to let those women go. And there is better out there for you. You can find a woman who you really, really like, and they really, really like you as well. It's all about just going out there, meeting new women, getting on dating apps, or going to places that you like to go so you can find a woman who's like-minded like you, likes the same kind of things as you. And it's just all about going up and talking to women and just having a good conversation with them and finding out if you like them enough to ask them out on a date, and just start talking to them. Just start talking to more women. You will find someone eventually. Dating, it really is just a game of numbers. The more women you talk to, the more women you speak to, the more women you meet out on dates, the more likely it is that you're going to meet a woman who's a great fit. Okay? But trust with this woman in question, if she likes you, she will contact you. And if she doesn't, well, you're just going to find someone better. Okay? So thank you so much for watching. A bit of an update. I now have a book that you can go and read on my website for free. If you would like a hard copy, then you can get it from Amazon. And you can find the link for that in the description of this video. Or you can go to my website, www.christineloveridge.com, and you can just go and read it. Go and read it right there. And if you also like coaching with me and you'd like to talk to me personally about your personal situations, and you'd like help on a specific situation, then please also head over to www.christineloveridge.com, and you can get coaching with me, and we can get going with whatever option you pick. So thank you so much for watching, and I shall talk to you again very soon. Goodbye.